Hey, Anil Gunjal here with the Freedom Hustle, and today we're going to talk about business plans. If you've just started a new business or you're thinking about starting a new business, you need to watch this video. Hey, Anil Gunjal here with the Freedom Hustle, and today I wanted to talk about business plans because I have a lot of people on my team and people that I speak to daily. They've either started a new business or they're looking to start a new business. And the biggest thing I see, the commonality I see, is people not having a business plan, or like what I did when I first started was I had a business plan in my head, and I didn't put it down on paper. This accomplishes a lot of things. A lot of things sound great on paper, but I'm sorry, in your head, but when you write them down, it's a completely different story, right? And especially when it comes to the financial part. So I'm going to talk to you about the components of a business plan, what you need to put in the business plan. Um, First and foremost, you need a mission statement. Okay, you need to have a mission statement which talks about who you are, what you do, and what you stand for, right? Every business you look at, every major company, every major corporation has a mission statement which they stand by. And the thing with the mission statement is you want to take that mission statement, and you want to put it up somewhere on your computer desktop, on your whiteboard, and that's something you want to look at every day because that's what you stand for, right? So that is the biggest thing. That is something you're gonna have to sit down and think about. What you do, what you stand for, and what your company, your business, your idea is gonna do, and what business problem that it's gonna solve. Then as we move down, once you have that figured out, you'll have an executive summary that'll get more into details on what you're going to do, what you're going to talk about. You'll do a company overview. You'll talk about what's driving your product, your service, or what problem you're going to solve. What market research you've done that's determining that there is a need for your market, and you want to write that out. You want to put your vision in there, like 3 5 year out vision, um, and you want to put things in like org charts and things like that. So that'll be your company overview. The next thing you want to do is talk about your financial overview. Where the money's coming from, how much investments there. You want to put in things like once you have your capital, what your projected sales are, what kind of revenues you can bring in, what kind of profitability you can bring in. There's two big distinctions between making money and what your actual profit is. You'll see people posting commissions and things all over, and my first question always is, how much of that is profit? And that's usually a different story. So once you have that in your financial overview, you can set targets on, if you're selling this pen, right, and this pen costs you 10 cents, and you want to make $100,000 a year, and you sell it for $9.99, how many of these pens do you have to sell in order to make your targets, right? You kind of have to walk back into your numbers, looking into all your expenses, just not this 10 cents to make this, right? There's things like your time, there's things like paperwork, electricity, rent, things like that, right? That you have to take into consideration. Unless you're doing some type of online marketing where you don't have to keep inventory. I have an e-commerce business where I have to keep inventory in a warehouse and ship it out, so there's additional cost there. As you move into there, you definitely want to talk about your competitive environment, especially to show what's going to set you apart from the competition. I could decide tomorrow that I'm going to start a search engine like Google or Yahoo, but really, well, how am I going to stand out? Am I just adding to the already crowded, competitive environment, or am I bringing something to the table? If you look at something like Uber, they entered the taxi market, but it's a completely different business model. It's a complete different paradigm shift, and look where they've gone. So you got to you got to see what is your product, your service, or whatever you're selling. How is that setting apart from the competitive environment? And then last, you want to put your contact information in there. Business plans are, I've used them in two different ways. One where it gives you a roadmap, it gives you an idea of where you want to go. To me, a business plan is a GPS like Google Maps. If you're going out on a destination, you need to know how to get there. If you're going to, you live in New York and you're going to drive to California, you're just not going to get in the car and start driving. You'll probably make it there eventually, but it's probably going to cost you a lot of money. Same way a business plan is going to be your roadmap to your financial success, to your financial freedom, or whatever you're trying to accomplish. And the other use for the business plan is if you're going for financing. That's why you need contact information. You need to make it privacy when you type it up. It's private, confidential. Hopefully by now, if you have started your own business, you have your own corporation, trademarks, names, all that good stuff. But the contact information is in there in case you are going for financing, or either you're going to a bank or to some kind of financial institute or an investor. Somebody might want to contact you and check up on your numbers, talk about how you came up with your projections and where you did your market research, etc. So those are the tips. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Happy to help. There are a bunch of softwares out there that will help you build business plans. You can, if you use Microsoft Word, you can search for a template. It'll give you a business plan template, and you can kind of start out with those, but get it down on paper. Don't make that mistake. I made that mistake first, started something without any idea of where I was going, and it doesn't work out well. So good luck to you if you started something new, or if you're thinking about something, go for it. Great time to open a business as always, and I'll talk to you soon.